Good morning, student. Today we will discuss about mineral metabolism. In we in today's lecture we will discuss some major elements such as calcium and phosphorus. There are two types of minerals divided. Minerals are divided in two categories: major elements and trace elements. Major elements have requirement more than 100 mg per day, while the trace elements have requirement less than 100 mg per day. Major elements are calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, sodium, potassium, chloride, and sulfur, while trace elements are iron, iodine, copper, manganese, zinc, molybdenum, selenium, fluoride, etc. Now, calcium. Total calcium in the human body is about 1 to 1.5 kg, 99% of which is seen in bone and 1% in extracellular fluid. Sources of calcium. Milk is a good source of calcium. Calcium content of cow's milk is about 100 mg per deciliter. Egg, fish, vegetables are a medium source, and cereals contains only small amount. But cereals are the staple diet. So cereals are the major source of calcium in Indian diet. Now daily requirement. In adult 500 mg per day, in children 1200 mg, which may be increased to 1500 mg per day during pregnancy and lactation, and after the age of 50 there is general tendency for osteoporosis, so may be prevented by increased calcium of 1500 mg per day plus vitamin D. Mechanism of absorption of calcium. Absorption is taking place in the first and second part of duodenum. Calcium is absorbed against the concentration gradients, so it's required energy. Absorption also requires a carrier protein known as the cal binding. Out of the 500 mg of calcium taken orally, 400 mg is excreted in stool and 100 mg is excreted through urine. Now, factor causing the increased absorption are vitamin D, parathyroid hormone, increase the calcium level. Acidity favors the calcium absorption. Amino acids such as lysine and arginine increase the calcium absorption. Factor causing decreased absorption are phytates in food, oxaloacetate present in green leafy vegetables, which causes the formation of insoluble calcium oxalate, malabsorption syndrome, and phosphate. High phosphate content will cause the precipitation as calcium phosphate, so absorption of calcium is less. Now absorption calcium increases the vitamin D increases the calcium absorption. How? First, vitamin D, calcitriol, it's the active form of vitamin D, bind with the certain receptor present on the intestinal cell, forming the calcitriol receptor complex. Now calcitriol receptor complex bind to the DNA, which activate the certain genes. Certain genes will produce the cal binding protein, which bind to the calcium ion, so increase the absorption of calcium in lumen. Now calcium in cells. Calcium is mainly extracellular. The cell membrane is generally impermeable to calcium ion. So calcium influx into the cell is mediated by certain mechanism. In the next slide we will see the certain mechanism. In the first one is the voltage gated calcium channels, which are activated by the membrane activation potential or the membrane depolarization. Second channel is second messenger operated channel, which are activated by inositosol, phosphate, cyclic nucleotides or DAG, that is diacyl glycerol. Third one is the hormone receptor operated channels. These are activated by certain hormones or neurotransmitter. And fourth one is sodium calcium exchanger. And moreover, certain calcium pump present in mitochondria will also remove the calcium from subcellular organelle to cytosol. Now, function of calcium. Activation of enzymes via calmodulin. Calcium bind with the calmodulin and thus activate the certain enzymes. Some enzymes can also be directly activated by calcium without the intervention of calmodulin. In muscle, calcium mediates the excitation and contraction of muscle fiber. Now conduction, calcium is necessary for the transmission of nerve impulses from synaptic to postsynaptic region. Secretion of certain hormones, calcium mediate the secretion of certain hormone, that is insulin, PTH, calcitonin, vasopressin, etc. Calcium is also act as second messenger of different hormone. One example is glucagon. Calcium decreases the passage of serum through capillaries, thus calcium is clinically used to reduce the allergic exudates. Coagulation. Calcium is also known as the factor 4 in the blood coagulation cascade. Myocardium. Calcium prolongs the systole. So in hypercalcemia, cardiac arrest is seen in the systole. Last, bone and teeth. The bulk quantity of calcium is used for the bone and teeth formation. So in the mechanism of calcium action of calmodulin, calcium or calcium ion bind with calmodulin, which in turn activates certain kinase. This activated kinase will activate the certain enzymes which do the biological effect. For example, glycogen synthase and glycogen phosphorylase. Now the list of enzymes, select list of enzymes activated by calcium and mediated by calmodulin are adenyl cyclase, calcium dependent protein kinase, calcium magnesium ATPase, glycerol 3-phosphate dehydrogenase, glycogen synthase, myosin kinase, phospholipase C, phosphorylase kinase, pyruvate carboxylase, pyruvate dehydrogenase, and pyruvate kinase. Now calcium in blood. Please remember the normal blood calcium level. Normal is 9 to 11 mg per deciliter. Out of these 10 mg per deciliter, 5 mg per deciliter calcium is in ionized form, and ionized form is metabolically active. Another 1 mg per deciliter is complex to phosphate bicarbonate citrate, and another 4 mg of calcium is bound to protein, which is non-diffusible. So total is 10 mg per deciliter. Now the homeostasis of blood calcium level is maintained by vitamin D, parathyroid hormone. Now vitamin D. Cholecalciferol is synthesized from 7-dehydrocholesterol in skin under the influence of sunlight. It is then hydroxylated at 25 position in liver and hydroxylated further at first position in kidney. The active derivative is called dihydroxycholecalciferol or calcitriol. Now vitamin D, how it will help the absorption of calcium. Now active calcitriol promote the absorption of calcium and phosphorus from the intestine. Calcitriol, as we have discussed, calcitriol enter the intestinal cell bound to a certain receptor. This complex interact with DNA and certain genes are activated for the cal binding. Due to the increased availability of cal binding, the absorption of calcium is increased. Now vitamin D and bond, how will effect on bond? Vitamin D is acting independently on bond. Vitamin D increases the number and activity of osteoblast, that is the bond forming cells. Calcitriol stimulates osteoblast to secrete the ALP, alkaline phosphatase. Due to this enzyme, the local concentration of phosphate is increased. The ionic product of calcium and phosphorus increases, leading to mineralization. Now, effect of vitamin D on renal tubules. Vitamin D increases the reabsorption of calcium and phosphorus by renal tubules. Therefore, both minerals are conserved. Here, kindly note that calcitonin and calcitriol are different. Calcitonin is peptide hormone secreted by thyroid gland. Calcitriol is the vitamin D active form. Here, calcium level, calcium homeostasis. How the blood calcium level is maintained. So in this picture, if blood calcium level rises above the normal level, what will happen? Thyroid gland activates and they secrete the calcitonin. Now calcitonin via different two pathway reduce the blood calcium levels. If the blood calcium level fall below the normal level, then parathyroid gland secrete the PTH hormone. PTH hormone, parathyroid hormone via 3 primary action increases the blood calcium level. So calcitonin and PTH are opposite action. One decreases the level and the other one increases the level. Now PTH hormone, parathyroid hormone. The first 35 amino acids of PTH are biologically active. Control of release of the hormone is by negative feedback mechanism by ionized calcium in serum. The release mediated by cyclic KMP, normal level 10 to 16 nanogram per liter, and in primary hyperparathyroidism it is increased by 100 nanogram per liter. Now mechanism of action of PTH activates adenyl cyclase, will consequently increase the intracellular calcium concentration, and kinase activated and enzyme system are activated. Effect of PTH on bonds. In the bond, PTH causes demineralization. The number of osteoclasts are also increased. Osteoclasts release the lactate which solubilize the calcium. Effect of PTH on kidney. In kidney, PTH causes decreased renal excretion of calcium and increased excretion of phosphate. So it will retain the calcium level. So increase the blood calcium level. PTH on intestine. So PTH stimulates the hydroxylation of 25-hydroxycalciferol. So it will produce the help in the production of active form of vitamin D, that is calcitriol. Thus indirectly increases the calcium absorption. Now calcitonin, that is the opposite of PTH. It is secreted by the thyroid parafollicle or clear cells. Calcitonin is a polypeptide. Calcitonin secretion is stimulated by serum calcium, gastrin, glucagon and biological amines. Calcitonin decreases serum blood calcium level. It inhibits the resorption of bond. It decreases the activity of osteoclast and increases that of osteoblast. Calcitonin and PTH are directly antagonists. Thus both together promote the bone growth and remodeling. Calcitonin level is increased in medullary carcinoma, so it is also a tumor marker. Procalcitonin, that is the precursor of calcitonin, they have been shown to rise with the severity of sepsis. So PCT is markedly elevated in the acute bacterial infection but not in the viral infection. Here the comparison of action of three major factors affecting the serum calcium level. As we have discussed, vitamin D and PTH will increase the blood calcium level, calcitonin will decrease, vitamin D and PTH act by the increasing the absorption and the demineralization, while calcitonin opposes the demineralization. Now, effect of phosphorus on calcium. There is reciprocal relationship of calcium with phosphorus. The ionic main purpose is to maintain the ionic byproduct. The ionic product of calcium and phosphorus in serum is kept as a constant. In normal adults, calcium is 10 mg, phosphorus is 4 mg. So the ionic product is 40, while in case of children is 50. Serum proteins. In hypoalbuminemia, the total calcium level is decreased. In such cases, metabolic active ionized form is normal, so there will be no deficiency manifestations. While in case of alkalosis favors the binding of ionized calcium to protein. So ionized calcium level is low, so deficiency may be manifested. Renal threshold of calcium is 10 mg per deciliter. Now, when to check calcium levels? If there is any neurological symptoms, irritability, seizures, renal calculi, ectopic calcification, suspected malignancy, polyuria, polydipsia, chronic renal failure, prolonged drug treatment. Now, causes of hypercalcemia are hyperparathyroidism will increase the PTH level, so there is increase of calcium level. Second one is multiple myeloma, Paget disease, metastatic carcinoma of bone, thyrotoxicosis, benign familial hypercalcemia, dehydration, prolonged immobilization, tuberculosis, leprosy, sarcoidosis infection, milk alkali syndrome, certain drugs. Symptoms are polyuria, polydipsia, confusion, depression, psychosis, osteoporosis, pathological fracture, renal stone, ectopic calcification and pancreatitis, and elevated serum ALP. Management is provide adequate hydration by IV saline infusion, give furosemide IV to promote the calcium excretion, give steroids, and definitive treatment of underlying disorder. Now, causes of hypocalcemia. First one, deficiency of vitamin D, which is for the calcium absorption necessary for the calcium absorption. So deficiency of vitamin D lead to the hypocalcemia. So in these are conditions, there is deficiency of vitamin D. First one is decreased exposure to sunlight, malabsorption, dietary deficiency, hepatic disease, decreased signal synthesis, nephrotic syndrome because binding protein are lost, and anticonvulsant therapy. Second one is the deficiency of PTH, PTH hormone in the hypoparathyroidism, primary or secondary, whatever. Third one is increased calcitonin in case of medullary carcinoma of thyroid. Causes of hypocalcemia. Fourth one is decrease the calcium, deficiency of calcium absorption in case of intestinal malabsorption, acute pancreatitis, and alkalosis. Fifth one is deficiency of magnesium, which also lead to the hypocalcemia. Sixth one is the increase in phosphate level, that is in the renal failure, phosphate infusion, renal tubular acidosis. Now, symptoms of hypocalcemia. First one, muscle cramps, paresthesia, especially in fingers. Third one, neuromuscular irritability, muscle twitching. Tetany, Chvostek sign is present, that is facial. Now, lead to the facial muscle contraction. Stimulation of facial nerve lead to the facial muscle contraction. This is known as the Chvostek sign. And Troussis sign, which is very important for your post sporting viva. Here the picture of this carpopedal spasm is kept in the spotting. You have to explain the deficiency, treatment, and the certain questions regarding the calcium level. So in Troussis sign, what happens? If we bind the BP cuff for the 3 minutes, there is carpopedal spasm occurs in the hand. Fifth one is seizures, sixth one bradycardia and the prolonged QT intervals. These are the symptoms of hypocalcemia. Now treatment involves oral calcium with vitamin D, underlying cause should be treated, and the TTNE needs IV calcium. Usually 10 ml in 10% gluconate over 10 minutes followed by slow IV infusion. IV calcium should be given very slow because it will lead to the cardiac arrest in systole position. Now bone mineralization. It's a process by which inorganic calcium and phosphate are deposited in the organic matrix that is known as the osteoid, formed by the collagen fibers. The osteoblasts synthesize and secrete the organic matrix, which is then mineralized. Osteoclasts are involved in the bone resorption. The osteoblasts are under the effect of hormone, PTH and vitamin D. Secretion of ALP by osteoblast is increased by vitamin D. The enzyme liberates the phosphate from certain substrates. So the ionic concentration of phosphate is increased to supersaturation. Now calcium phosphate is deposited at hydroxyapatite crystal over the matrix of triple stranded quarter stagger collagen molecules. Calcium in the bone, it is in the dynamic equilibrium with the serum calcium levels. Hydroxyl apatite in trabecular bone act as a reservoir. So mainly calcium, most calcium is in the bone, that is about 1 kg as in the form of calcium phosphate, while in trabecular bone it is about 5 gram as a hydroxyapatite, which act as a reservoir to provide the serum calcium, that is total 500 mg. Now last, osteoporosis. It is associated with the increased risk for fractures, mostly vertebra, hip and forearm. The basic abnormality is decrease in bone mass, which is at a peak by the age of 30, start declining by 30 to 45 years of age in both men and women. After age of 40 to 45, calcium absorption is reduced and calcium excretion is increased. So there is a net negative loss, net negative balance for calcium. This is reflected in demineralization. Osteoporosis is a silent disease with no symptoms, but its clinical consequences can be severe. Common site for fracture, osteoporotic fractures include spine, wrist and hip. Bone mineral density is measured by the dual energy X-ray absorptiometer. So this is it for the today's lecture. Please read in the book after this watching this lecture. So in the next lecture we will discuss remaining minerals.